Hi, welcome to the Soap Scoop, featuring 4 generous portions of the best that the soaps are serving up during the next week. I'm Toby Earle. Poor old Dot, robbed at the BAFTAs, overlooked at the Soap Awards, and now about to be offed by her satanic offspring. It's really not been a good year. Nick's given up on his not-so-subtle plan to drive Dot mad and decides to kill her by spiking her grub. Only trouble is, Ickle Dotty wakes up to her dad's evil plan and uses the pills to spike his drink. But Nick's got the hide of a lifelong drug abuser and grabs Dotty and tries to escape in a car. He crashes and heads to the cafe for sanctuary, locking all the customers inside. He demands a car, but a heroic stranger tackles him and everyone escapes. Well, almost everyone. Everyone who's not a nasty piece of work and just tried to kill their mum. Yep, Nick's trapped inside just as a fire breaks out. But Boy Scout Bradley insanely goes in to rescue him. And, wouldn't you know it, Nick escapes while Bradley's overwhelmed by the smoke. Miraculously, Bradley survives, but he's in a very bad way, burnt and blinded by broken glass. And the iconic cafe is gutted, but not as gutted as the locals when they learn that Nick survived. But more to the point, where will everyone buy their fry-ups now? Gary Windass really is a piece of work. His battle with David Platt in Corrie is like JR versus Cliff Barnes in Dallas, with Gary as Cliff. This week, he falls for David's balmy burglary scheme, not questioning exactly why David wants to go robbing with his biggest enemy. Sure enough, David cries off the job, and it's left to Gary to burgle Audrey's house on his own. When he's caught red-handed by Ted, he makes a run for it, but is soon cornered by the police. The exertions, though, are too much for Ted, who collapses. Meanwhile, Peter fails to persuade Michelle to stay in the street, and his heavy heart drives him back to the bottle. But will he open it? Peter has to face his demons, not the least of which is Blanche. The loft is gone, Warren's dead, and Justin's on the run, devastated by Hannah's death. Yes, things have changed dramatically in Hollyoaks, but not as much as Justin fears, because he soon learns that Hannah's alive. Hurrah! John and Reese believe he started the fire, but Hannah tells Justin she's going to the police to reveal it was Claire. Justin tells Hannah that he's leaving, and he's shocked when she tells him she wants to go with him. There's a traumatic scene at his sister's graveside, but he realises he can't put her at risk and tells a distraught Hannah he's leaving without her. Meanwhile, clearly crazy Claire gets Spencer alone, and who knows what the mad bat's capable of. But fortunately, Sasha interrupts, and there's a fight, which Calvin breaks up in company with the police. Life's less shocking, if no less sombre in Emmerdale, when Andy Sugden loses custody of Sarah after Joe provides a statement about his domestic abuse. Andy, obviously, reacts badly and locks himself, Sarah and Debbie in the house. But Kane manages to get in and tells him he's lost his daughter forever. He later withdraws his application and is left a broken man when Debbie's awarded full custody. And that's all this week's Big Soap Stories. We'll try really hard to bring you cheerier stories next week, but we can't do it alone. Come on, you writers! Find out the same time next week if the stories are any happier, and keep clicking on whatsontv.co.uk.